Well, collaboration is the importance of not only working together, but thinking together, exploring and looking for solutions as a whole, as opposed to the individual parts and people.
Collaboration to me means bringing the best of each and every discipline and function in the industry together to bear.
The theme of collaboration is critical for the success of an inclusive culture. I think without collaboration, inclusive culture can't work. People work together when they have all that information.
And if we're going to be able to build a global export market, we need to do that in a collaborative way. And I think the key is to work far more closely with the small and the service sector, because as a general rule, it's not that big companies don't innovate, but very often some of the smaller companies have that hunger and that ability to turn and move quickly.
It's an opportunity to improve what we're doing, be better at what we're doing, trying to get industry to have a common goal. I myself, I represent the Norwegian oil and gas industry. Collaboration has always been a very strong theme in that industry, in the way we set up clusters for similar companies to work together to achieve a bigger goal than the individual companies could achieve themselves.
At the moment, there's definitely room for improvement, but we are seeing in Australia taking the lead and leaf out of some other geographies' books, if you will, to be able to apply some of the more collaborative thinking.
We're sitting here in Australia on the gateway to Asia. We have strong bilateral agreements across some of the Asian countries. There's a huge market there that we don't have in Australia. So the real value for Australia in collaboration is to work together to build critical mass and be able to export our products and our value down through the value chain, our expertise and our skills, and be able to export that.
So unfortunately, while some opportunities for collaboration were missed during the construction phase, as we now enter the 40-year operations phase, there'll be many, many opportunities to collaborate to improve Australia's relative competitive positioning, to remove some of the structural disadvantages that Australia has given the vastness of our geography and the remoteness of our operations.
It's that ability to bring, as we know the old saying of the sum is greater as a whole than it is the parts, collaboration in our industry and across our industry is that personified. How do we ensure that collectively we are bringing the best ideas, the best potential solutions to the challenges we face? And how do we ensure that we listen and that we hear across that environment to those ideas and suggestions to be able to bring them together?
Another great example is the way we created clusters in Norway. So regions with a certain expertise and capability joined together, so companies joined together and created these clusters around certain themes or certain areas of the industry.
I think the cloud is probably the best example of collaboration in action. It drives the whole concept of small specialist elements being brought together in order to provide a bigger whole.
The opportunity to maximize collaboration will result in lower operating cost. It will result in lower cost of infrastructure. It requires a cultural change. It requires a different kind of mindset, and it requires, again, some kind of give in order to get.
The necessity of the current environment that we are in is driving all of us to be aware of where are there efficiencies and where are there opportunities working together that we can reduce the risks and hazards of what we do, lower the costs, and increase the margins against that which we're producing and supplying to our customers.
We need to be a Team Australia working then to look at team partnerships globally rather than see individual company playing off in individual company.